Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome back. It is DJ, and today I did a video previously on how to stat mod your characters on Diablo 3 Reapers of Souls, and now I did get a few people ask me, DJ, how do you create a modded gem? Now, I sent a message back. I didn't get any replies on which type of gem, so I'm going to do two different gems, the legendary gems and the regular gems, such as the rubies, emeralds, diamonds, what do we got, topaz, and all them things. So how you gonna do that? First off, you need, of course, a save on a USB, whether it's on the PS3 or the Xbox. I'm just gonna do the PS3 just to show you guys. Let's do that. Oh, I forgot it's over here. Going through two different screens is very weird because I have, when it opens up all my browsers on one, so it doesn't get confusing on the other, and it still confuses me. So I don't know. It doesn't work out sometimes, I guess. Alright, so, alright. Ooh, Innis Reach. What's that there for? Do I have an open character? I should. I hope. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Saying looking good. Okay, here we go. Alright, we got the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor saves. And oh, it's a male too. I thought it was a female. I thought I had all my characters as females. I don't know. But anyways, so we got a nice clean slate. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the regular gems first, like the rubies and things like that. As a matter of fact, we are going to do the rubies. So which one I'm gonna do is go down to the gems and pick a gem. Usually the tier 19 is the highest. So we're gonna do, I said the ruby, right? So we're going to do the ruby because it gives weapon damage and things like that. And I'm also going to do a video on how to create stronger weapons as well. So that'll be perfect. All right, now but you don't have to save it like I did. Basically, it just shows things on the side here. You don't need to worry about it. You're going to notice that usually when you create an item, you want to fill in all 6 of these affixes and the mystic one as well. But for a regular gem, you're not going to want to worry about any of these 6 because it doesn't do anything for the gem. So you're not going to want to worry about that. So basically you're going to go to properties, durability, max durability. Don't touch it at all because for a gem it's just going to break the gear if you put it in there. So do not do it. I strongly urge you not to do it, but people still do it and they wonder why their gear doesn't repair itself. It's because the gear can't repair gems, because you can't repair gems, you can only repair gear, and with broken gems you can't repair broken gear, so it kind of doesn't work out. So for the item level, you don't need to worry about it unless it's a legendary gem. For the legendary level, I put 70 for everything, whether it's a piece of gear or an item. It doesn't matter. I always do it. It's just a habit. I've seen people put like 60 or 69, but I always put it at 70 because 70 is the highest the level can be, so why not put it at 70? Now, in terms of the rarity, you can leave it how it is, how it usually is. You can make it magical, which is the blue background on it, or you can make it legendary or rare. In this case, I'm going to do rare just to show you that you can rename the gem as well. Because anything rare, usually everybody uses rare 6 because that's the one that seems to work for everybody. So I'd recommend using that one if you're going to name it. But if you don't want to, you can either keep it as it is, put it at 10 magical, or just make it legendary. Whichever way makes it stand out in your stash for you is basically the way you're going to want to do it. Now the rank, you're not going to want to worry about rank unless it's a legendary gem, which we'll get to in a little bit. This would depend, the flag, it would depend on which system you're putting it on. So if you're on a PS3 or an Xbox 360, you're not going to want to touch this at all, really, because on the older consoles you can't have ancient items. So all of these ancients are useless, in a sense. So just keep it at enchantable for right now. I mean, of course, I'm going to be on the PS4, so I'll just put it at ancient. I actually need to put it in this one because that's what I'm comfortable with. The die doesn't do anything, so you don't have to worry about it. The tier quality as well, that does not work unless it's either a weapon or a gear piece itself, so you don't have to worry about that. The quantity, Any of the regular gems like rubies, emeralds, I want to say sapphire, but I don't know why. But for all of those ones, like the diamonds, you can change the quantity. Like for example, you could change it to, I don't know, 9999999. There, poof. You hit enter, and that is the quantity that'll show up in the game. Now you're probably wondering, will that freeze my game? No, it will not. This doesn't actually do anything but change the amount of gems you have when you create this gem. So you constantly have an endless amount of them if you put a high enough number. So basically, binding and all that, you're not going to want to do that unless you want to keep it to yourself. If you do, there has been a huge debate on people thinking that people are lying when they say they can't send people things. Now, if you do not want to send an item to somebody, all you need to do is check in this binding box. Once you check in this box here and you see the check, nobody else can get the item. It will not show up in the mailbox. I'm not 100% if you can drop it, but I do know you can sell it. But I do know that you can't trade it and you can't send it in the mail because it will not show up. So that is how you 100% keep it to yourself. Everything you change here, like account bound on equip, all it's going to do is say it in the game. It won't actually do it. And that's where people think people are lying. But once you check in this box, it's yours. No one else can have it. Unless, of course, you drop it. Or I'm pretty sure. Unless it's in your gear pieces as well. The hireling and item slot, you don't need to worry about that because it's automatically in your inventory. So the rare name, you only need to change that if you made it rare. So I made it rare, so of course I'm gonna put where is it? There it is, hazardous. Boom. Alright, you don't need to check in that box, so don't worry about it. The transmog, there are some people that do transmog the gems so they can make two-handed weapons look the same. You can do that, but only for certain things. I myself don't mess with it, but you're welcome to transmog it into something if you wish. Just be careful because not everything works. I did figure that out for a few items. For the old effects and new effects, you are not going to want to put sockets in any of your gems, whether it's legendary or the regular tier 19 or tier whatever gems. The reason being is because you will make the mistake like everybody does, or everybody there's some people that do it by mistake and some people who do it by like on purpose to freeze the game. But basically, when you have a socket in a gem and you put something in that gem, it freezes the game for everybody. So it's useless. So don't even worry about it. But if you're gonna want to put a stat mod on a gem to make it stat modded gem, so you can put it, for example, if you want to put more extra strength in a gear piece for either the Crusader or the Barbarian, basically you want to, for the old effect, you can put whatever for the old effect, but I'm just going to go down to the strength since I was just talking about it. And I'm going to do the second to last. I'm not going to do, let's do the 788. And then for the new effect, basically I'm just going to copy and paste this so that I can just scroll down. So then we'll put the highest one there. The enchant count, you don't have to necessarily move it. I always put it at like 2 or 3, but for a gem it doesn't necessarily matter, so I kind of just leave it how it is. And then you save it and you're done, and then you could duplicate this and then change the gem to, for example, if you want the ruby and then you had the ruby and then you want the topaz, there you have the topaz. It's under the same name, same stats. It has the strength. And you can always change the strength to intelligence since it is a topaz, but for right now we're not going to do that. Now for a legendary gem, now I actually don't think I'm signed in. I am not signed in, but for a legendary gem, basically you're going to want to go down to gems and you'll have the legendary gems up here. Now since I am not signed in, I might have one floating around somewhere. Alright, here's one. Alright, everybody's familiar with the Bane of the Stricken, I would imagine. So, basically, what you're going to want to do is, if you're not logged in like I am, you have to do it the long way, which is find one somewhere out of all your characters. But if you are logged in, all you have to do is go to gems, find it, and then click on it. But I have to actually paste it because I searched one of my other editor open saves and it's there, so I'll just use it for there. For a legendary gem, you can put all 7 effects on there, but you still can't put a socket on there or any sockets because it'll still freeze the game. So basically for the fixed one, you can put whatever. I mean, you could put what are we gonna put? Let's do critical hit damage. Let's put 15 to 220. And then of course you could always fill it down if you want. Kind of doesn't matter. I mean, you could put let's put damage on there. Let's put the 40% and damage, dexterity. Here, let's put some dexterity. Wish I was signed in so that I could show you guys the max and everything, but that's okay. You can put some XP on here as well. Maybe do, what do we got? We can do the critical hit chance actually. Now, for the critical hit chance, it's going to be very weird because people are usually probably thinking to scroll all the way to the bottom and click the last one for the max. But for critical hit chance, it's actually the second to last because it does 13 to 14 instead of just the plain old 13. So it's better to just do that one. And then we'll do, let's do life on, life per second. Let's do life per second. All right, so there we go. There is the gem right there, all the affix. The legendary gems, like I said, are the only ones you can put all 7 affixes on. So basically, once you go to properties, I usually put it at level 1. It's just a habit. Legendary level 70. For this, I usually put the rare so I can name it, unless I'm using it for the to augment items in the Knias cube. For the rank, now the rank, my voice is actually starting to break up here, but because I am doing videos constantly today. But for the rank for a legendary gem, if you put 300 as the rank and hit enter, it actually makes it rank 150, which is the max. It's a little weird because when they did the update that weakened legendary gems about roughly a year ago, I believe roughly a year ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's roughly a year ago. They brung the levels down to 100, and then later on they rose it back up to 150 again, and it just never changed on here. So we have to, if you put 300, it puts it to 150. So there's that, and then you just hit enter. The flags, I put ancient because of course the next gen consoles are the only ones that have legendary gems, and ancient makes it just stick out. Tier quality you're not going to want to worry about, and the quantity you are not going to want to worry about because legendary gems, you can't stack them like regular gems. They're just one gem at a time. So it does take up inventory space, but I guess that's okay. For the name, we'll just use any old name for right now. The Transmog. For legendary gems, you are not going to want to transmog. I'm not 100% sure if it will ruin whatever item you have it in. But since you can only put it in jewelry, I would assume that it's not going to work out. I don't know if it'll freeze the game or not, but I would just recommend not doing it. So just to be on the safe side, don't even worry about it. And then for the 7th effect, I'll just do the gold from monsters, I guess. And then let's see, let's do the increased radius of the health orbs and everything. And then for the enchant count, you can put 0, you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, whichever number floats the boat. I usually keep it between 0 and 3, depending on what item I'm doing. And then basically when you're done with that, you're going to want to hit save all. So you save all of your items and everything. And that is basically how you create both types of gems, whether it's the regular tiered gems or the legendary gems. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I did get asked about how to make gems. Now, how to use gems. Now, legendary gems, basically you just load them in your game. You put them in whatever equipment you're going to use, and then that's it. Now, you can only use one gem of the same type once as you go, so you can't have the same gem 3 different times in different items. It doesn't work. Now, as far as if you're doing like the tiered gems, like rubies and all that, those, in order to get the modded effect that you put on them, like for example, we put strength. Now in order to get that, you need to, when you're in the game and you're ready to socket the gems in an item, you need to you have to push triangle, or what is it, Y on the Xbox. You drop all of them but one. And you put, once you drop the other ones, you put that one that's still in your inventory in the item. And you have to keep doing that process. You have to put one in at a time. So you have to drop all of them but one. That one has to go in the item, and then you pick up the stack, and then you repeat the process. It is a bit of a process, but you'll get used to it after a while. I got used to it really quick. It was last year when I had no idea about it, and then my buddy's like, oh yeah, yeah, you can just drop them and do this. I'm like, what? What do you mean drop them? What is that gonna do? And then it finally took me a little bit. I processed it and it worked out. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to a Doom video today because my voice is probably gonna crack up in the middle of it, because I do want to squeeze out these videos like back to back so I can just keep them rolling. Because I was sick yesterday and I planned on doing another video today about I was gonna do a video yesterday on a new set giveaway, but it didn't work out because I didn't feel good, so I basically slept. It's basically what I did. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and if you do want to see more tutorials, I will be doing them, and if you have a tutorial specifically on what you want to see, either message me in the Facebook group. It's in the description below, down there somewhere. It's down there. There's two links. One of them's the official page where I post everything, and then the other one's the group for everybody on Facebook to get a hold of, whether it's me or other people to help out and things like that. I'm also going to be posting a poll on there soon about the next set giveaway. That's actually what I was going to do yesterday, but I didn't feel up to it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the video today, hopefully if my voice don't give out. And we'll go from there and see what you guys want next. So if you do want something in particular that you want to see on the editor itself, let me know in the comments below or in the Facebook groups. You can message me on there or post a post in the group itself. I do have to accept you in the group though, unfortunately, because Facebook is just like that, I guess. I have to accept you in the group, which is I don't know. I wish you could just join in and have a blast, but it doesn't work like that. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and until next time,